all. I took a little sneak peek.
I don't think he's ever attempted.
We're gonna go all the way from the start. Here we go. Alright. Oh. Public. Save. What's up here? It's not showing like, okay, I can't change the latency. Alright. Alright. How do I share this? Guys, how do I share? Alright. How do I share? Like this. Alright. Alright. Here we go. Let's set a 3-minute timer. 3 minutes timer. What the fuck? Why is there a song called 3-minute timer? Alright. Starting in 3 minutes. I'm about to open the chat on my Xbox. Here we go. We're about to cook. This is my second... Oh no, this is my 5th reaction stream. We've done 3 Minecraft Sasuke streams, 1 Britscase stream, and now 1 Sasuke Craft stream. What the hell, Ellie? I have to scan some sort of QR code because I've been logged out. Oh. Here we go. I didn't even realise. Hello Mickey Cop, hello Galactic. Mickey Cop says, this is the worst Sasuke Craft tournaments we have overcome. Not worse than Tournament 1. I mean, no, Tournament 1's pretty iconic because of flipping... What's it called? Oh no! He's out! Mickey Cop says, just watch it, it's not complicated, you are wasting time. I'm trying to get the chat up. I'm trying to read the chat as I'm watching. You know, Mickey Cop, calm your tits down. I promise I'll run Konga Haishi. You're not happy with the tournament. There we go, alright. I am signed in. Here we go. We have The chat up. We're gonna cook. 20 seconds left. Right, here we go. How do I? Translate. Where Mickey got from? Serbia, I think. Serbia, I think. So.
Miki Kop 8, molim te budi srećni, ti si cool tip koji svira kongu.
Miki Kop 8, molim te budi srećni, ti si cool tip koja svira kongu. Alright, ready? I'm gonna count down 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's begin. Tournament 10. This is so fire.
Today we will be seeing the 300th ever attempt at the course, and competitors want content style more than ever. You jump a dangle. I don't think he's ever.
Oh, the jump dangle.
Oh no, he misses the mound. Far, but Maddie, line it up.
Oh, it's me! It's me!
Akin lining up. Akin cannot get it. Looks like he's gonna go for the skip there, but he cannot get it.
My mother came into my room. I was screaming as Jack is Trash's fumble, Gamer Tim's fumble, Dream's fumble. I'll turn up the volume.
He walks off!
Oh.
And just like that, the tournament's over!
After Paul Roblox Whitey's third content in Tournament 8, no one has made it to the final stage. Can today be the time?
Today, 50 competitors from all across the world have gathered to take on the top.
The deepening of the voice is crazy between those two tournaments. I cannot lie.
Four-stage
Galactic finally going for views.
They come from all walks of life, but all come with the same goal: make it to the top of the tower. Can anyone do that here in the 11th tournament?
Yes, Thomas Hughes
Of the ultimate survival attack. Find out here in Tournament 11 of Sasuke Craft.
If Sasuke couldn't got the third CBS, would be so pissed. Yeah. Is it? Oh, there we go. We got the classic intro thing. Like, it's so unneeded, but it adds so much stuff. That was Hamoto, not Reiku. But like, they're basically the same. They look the same and they're both called Thomas, so. Is this the G4 theme?
Hello everybody, welcome to Sasuke Craft Tournament 11. I'm your host, Galactic, and today, for the first time ever, 50 competitors will be competing in Sasuke Craft, meaning for
50.
a higher chance at Kansenseiha. No one's made it to the final stage since Tournament 8, but our competitors' journeys all start at the same place, the first stage.
Here we go. Woo! First stage.
The first stage is now back down to 8 obstacles, including some new challenges along the way, like our new second obstacle, the hanging hooks.
Oh
The
wait,
flying shoe is also back all the way from
this
tournament
is
6,
that
and it is
tournament.
much harder
Oh,
than it was before, now involving speed and a very far jump to the rope. And
you
now
guys not
ending
ready
off
for my
our
run?
first stage is the brand new obstacle.
You
the
guys are not ready for
beanstalk
my run.
climb. Competitors must rotate around this beanstalk and get to the top and run over to hit the buzzer. Just like the past few tournaments, competitors will only have 100 seconds to defeat the first stage.
This is the worst
With
tuna
there being
sandwich
50
I've had.
competitors,
I
here
mean,
are
it's
some
not
runs to
that
look
bad.
out for.
The tuna's
Slink,
just a bit
Swerve
weird.
T, Big G is cool, Circuit is stupid, Jack is trash.
Wow, not me. Not, I'm kidding.
Norwegian, Gamer Chim 3UIT, Blush Baby Shy.
Why is Hen 50? Isn't Hen an alt? That's crazy, an alt is at 50.
And number 50, your favorite hen. Well, we have a long way to go, so we might as well head down to the start line where our first competitor is waiting to begin their attack on the Snowy Gauntlet.
On the Snowy
Kicking
Gauntlet.
off our 50 competitors is number 1, Jack is Boom's brother. This is Texco TV, the newcomer. Once again,
Texco!
he's Jack is Boom's brother, so
My goat.
Jack is Boom's a pretty good competitor. He's cleared the past few times he's competed, so maybe he could taught Texco some ways. And Texco has begun.
Pull
Tournament
retard,
11
I
Sasuke
know.
Craft has officially started. Coming back from the returning Pillar Alley. This one was brutal in the last round, but he makes
Pillar
it through.
Alley.
And he is now in the hanging hook. Going straight forward. He lands on the first one, not going to full send it. And he goes down.
Oh, no.
That was just a terrible jump. This obstacle is a lot harder than it looks, and Texco is the first victim
That was
of the
sad.
first stage this tournament. Well, coming from the sidelines onto the starting platform is Vesicle Pine 14, an old game
Who the hell
show
is that?
player. This is also his first appearance in Sasuke Craft, so let's see how Vesicle Pine 14 can do. And he's off Pine into the Pillar Alley here now, and he misses that second step.
Winter tournament in summer is crazy. I mean, it's summer for all the people in the south, like just Australians, New Zealanders. Yeah, all right. I mean, we don't like to rush people here on the Matty the Div channel.
He is down. Well, next up is
That jump
the
is
first
not
returning
that
competitor,
difficult.
making his 11th appearance in Sasuke Craft.
Galactic's in
He's
the
back.
car.
It's Joel Kolar.
It's alright.
The old trash
alright,
co-host.
Galactic.
He put on one of his best runs in the last tournament, getting all the way
Oh
to the jump
no,
thing, which was the
Joel.
7th obstacle. That's no longer here, and it's now the flying shoot. So let's see what Joel can do.
What's
he
he
doing? He's not
doing?
starting. Joel Kolar, what is he doing? He's wasting so much time. It's already been 10 seconds, and he's going backwards. What is he doing? Joel Kolar gets the first one, really lining up. He is not going fast. Joel Kolar. He makes it through, but look at that time. He's already wasted 25 seconds and he's into the hanging hooks. And he gets on the second one, the first to do that, and gets on the third. Now the jump to the fourth. This is the hardest jump, but he gets it. Joe Kolar, now going to be our first look at the piano keys.
I remember my result
and,
in this.
Down. He beat it in the last
Oh wait,
round,
we
but
got the power down sound. W.
Well, Jason has begun
Oxygen
his attack,
error.
and he's already down.
I forgot that oxygen error. I forgot that oxygen error was thingy. Jason. Why is he called Bowl Miner? I don't know. Why is he called Bowl Miner and not Bowling Miner?
And Bowling is going to get the wrap on the hanging hooks. He's going to be our second look at the
Bowling digested is crazy.
And, he's already down.
Board gamer. Wasn't he in the last time?
Well, Tugboat has already set a new personal best.
Oh, it's
but
Tugboat.
He's gonna get eliminated by the hanging hooks. Well, this format, 3 competitors who are coming from Japan were invited, and the first one to take on the first stage is Nero Alno.
Oh.
Nero, I don't know too many of his
pinged on
results,
Discord.
but I know he competed
No, I
in
didn't.
Sasuke a few times. Let's see how Nero can do on the first stage. He was very nervous about the second obstacle, the hanging hook. So let's see if he can get there first, which he will. All right, now time for this obstacle he was worried about. Lining it up. Nero, he goes for it. Oh, he can't even get the mount. Nero Alno is down.
I cannot lie, Sasuke Craft is
next
like
up is a competitor coming all the way from Russia.
top 3 best looking courses.
Now,
Ooh,
he
Russia.
randomly joins off from someone's friends list, I assume, and he just said, let me run. So let's see how the Russian competitor can do. And he's begun. Quiet Quail.
Ruski.
Nice username. Rolls off the tongue pretty well. Quiet Quail.
Fighting bears. What else do they do in Russia?
As that Quiet Quail is going through the hanging hook. Alright, go for it, and he gets it. Now time for the wrap. This one's very tricky,
Ruski,
but he makes it barely.
bitch.
Alright, Quiet Quail is into the piano keys. Alright, Quiet Quail, come on.
Oh no!
He goes for it. Looks like he's trying to knife. He did. He's gonna be our first look at the jumping spider today. Quiet Quail, getting ready for it. He goes for it. Oh, he can't get the mound. Quiet Quail, still a really nice run for
that jump's actually quite difficult.
Random that just joined off someone's friends list. Let's take a look at that again. He was the 3rd competitor to beat the hanging hooks today. A little bit of a close call, and then here on the piano keys became the first to beat it. But what went wrong? Quiet Quail looks like he just jumped a bit too early. I want to say it looked good from the far angle, but if you really look at it closely, you can kind of see that he just jumped a few pixels too early, and that caused him to fail them out. But Quiet Quail, still a really good run for a newcomer. And
okay, I'm back. My goated random. Oh yeah, I asked this question when you was gone. I said, why is in Sasuke Craft, why is bowling called bowl miner and not bowling miner? That's my question.
Well, next up to take on the first stage, this is regular Big Bob 1985.
Big Bob!
You can barely see him, but here he comes.
Best mic quality ever. Let's go, Big Bob.
Before, but in tournament 8 and 9, he timed out on the last obstacle of stage 1.
Come on, Big Bob, I believe in you.
Went on the jumping spider, so hopefully he can get some redemption as he's going through. And he makes it to the pillar alley, now to the hanging hooks. Big Bob 1985. Takes it through, big jump up here, Big Bob.
It was like that in the original series and I never changed it. Oh.
Big Bob is now to the piano keys. Alright, Big Bob going through, but he times it wrong immediately.
No,
Big Bob is down.
Big Bob, no.
What happened there? Big Bob, you can kind of see just time it probably a bit too early and it caused him to fall.
Should I do a Big Bob
imitation? Maybe next from it, he can get some redemption. Well, next up, making his 3rd appearance, this is the Roblox Wipeout player, Kogi of Wisdom.
Let's go, Kogurt.
Now, Kogi, also known as Koig, also known as Kogurt, he has a lot of nicknames.
Yes, let's go,
Fall Guys
Koig.
Wipeout, I believe. A pretty cool competition, which is Wipeout on Fall Guys, if the name is plain. But he's begun, failed the first obstacle, the last one. Can he get some revenge? No, he can't.
Oh.
Kogi.
You guys should add me back to Chewy Suarez. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
We're only 9 minutes
next up
in.
on the first stage is the host of Lava Warrior, Gaming Brando 650.
Let's go,
now,
Brando.
He's not the strongest at Minecraft, but Halo, he's a very good competitor. So let's see how he can do now.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Brando's actually techie in Halo.
Alright, Gaming Brando. Last one failed this obstacle, but he's gonna get some revenge. Nice. He's gonna line up the dismount, and he's into the hanging hooks.
Yes, Brando.
Alright, Gaming Brando. Lining it up, he goes for it. He overshoots the first
Oh
one.
my god.
That was very unfortunate.
It's me! Wait, no, that's not me. That's not me. Because I have this. That's actually Big Bud. That's B, and that's spelled lowercase b I. No, lowercase b 1 lowercase g underscore capital B capital U capital R capital D. My goat, Big Bud. Did Big Bud run? I know he's goated with it in here, yeah.
Grant is 13, line it up, but he can't get it.
Why would you? Okay.
Forrest, DeCrantis, his friend, line it up, and he fails the exact same jump.
The worker of meme. I've seen this guy.
Is gonna make the first
Yeah, it's
one
Blank.
a bit close, and he walks off. Well, we're 14 runs in with 0 clears, and next up is a competitor who is making their return for the first time since Tournament 5.
Ooh.
And it is none other than the Australian competitor,
Clinks!
This is Clinks. Clinks
Yes!
started his Sasuke Craft journey back in Tournament 4 as a random newcomer who became the first ever clearer in the Rising era.
His name is spelled so weirdly. But yeah, Clinks, my goat.
However, he would then go down on just the 4th obstacle, getting 4th place, the Skywalk.
Skywalk isn't that hard.
And would once again
I swear down, it's not that
proving
hard.
that maybe his Tournament 4 wasn't a fluke. However, this time he would get his revenge on not only the Skywalk, but the 2nd stage as a whole. Although he looked promising for the 3rd stage, he would go down on just the 2nd obstacle, the pinball machine, missing the dismount. Now Clinks is back for the first time since
Clinks,
then,
come
and
on,
he
bro.
has lots of high hopes for himself. He's been putting in a lot of practice. Let's see if it can pay off on this brutal gauntlet. No one's even got to the crooked cannonball yet, which is the 5th obstacle. Let's see if Clinks can be the first as he's begun. Clinks going across, lining up the first one. He gets it, and he lands on the 3rd pillar.
I'm using this
and he will
song.
make it through. He is now into the hanging hook. You can barely
This
see him
song's
there. And he
goated.
walks off.
Oh my days, Clinks, what the
down.
fuck?
Clinks is already eliminated on just a second.
Yo, what?
What just happened? Clinks, he made through the pillar.
Nah, that's a shocker. That's a
Right
shocker.
here, he was going way too fast and walked off that 2nd hook. Clinks is down.
Nah, that's a shocker
You can
right
see
there.
here on a more closer angle, just didn't get a good jump, and it caused him to miss that 3rd hook.
Why is the dripstone
Well,
blue?
the 16th
I'm guessing it's
competitors
part of
also
the
returning for the
texture
first
pack.
episode of 5. This is just
Here we
Trigger's
go.
little brother, Musquim.
Musquim.
Now Musquim, he made the stage 3 before, and he's off. But yeah, Tournament 2 made to stage 3, and Tournament 4 made to stage 2. That's kind of his most notable results. If you go through the pillar alley, oh, no, Musquim, he's
dear.
down
Oh
already.
dear.
Little T is out. Let's take a look at that again. You can kind of just see that was just, he should have gotten more run up. He's out. Well, next up on the first stage, this is the Roblox athlete. This is Homeboy.
Me and this man have beef. He snowballed me off the starter and trash out. So I snowballed him back. And I said, take that, bitch, fuck you. And now he's been, like, pissed off at me since.
303. Let's see how he can do.
Yeah.
Homeboy. First time here in the new series, but in the old series,
I'm sorry,
he's competed
Piplup.
a few times.
I took it too
Alright,
far,
he's off.
Piplup.
Homeboy.
Here we go,
Line up the pillar
Piplup.
alley. You just saw Musquim
Piplup.
go down here. Gonna do an interesting
Oh.
technique to force momentum. But
Oh.
he makes it through nonetheless into the hanging hooks. Homeboy, lining it up. He goes for it. He also overshoots the
Oh,
first one. I believe
shoot.
he's the 2nd competitor to do that today.
Why do I keep getting Discord notifications?
Well, next up is the 2nd of Japanese competitors. This is number 18, Haze-chan 19.
Let's go,
See if he
Haze
can do any
Chan.
better than Nero did. Alright, Haze-chan has begun. Alright.
What are these?
Pillar alley,
Can I stop getting
Haze-chan. He's
pings?
done very well before Japanese competitions, I've heard. So let's see if he can do good here in Sasuke Craft. He can! He's
Oh.
down on the 2nd jump of the first stage. Well, next up is number 19, who went down. Who's gone down the third obstacle past 2 tournaments. This is Wing Raider, also known as Kevin.
Yes, Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin failed the reverse fly in tournament 9, and in the last one, tournament 10, went down on the piano keys. Kind of just fell off the first key. He's begun, but in tournament 7, he cleared the first stage, so maybe he can clear the first stage for his second time. Kevin lining it up. He's gonna make it through the pillar alley, unlike Hayes Chan, but now he is in to the hanging hooks. Going through. All right, Kevin. Now the wrap. He goes for it and gets it. All right, Kevin now into the piano keys. Can he get some redemption here? Gonna try to save
Hayes Chan, what a goat.
Oh no, the exact same thing. Kevin is out on the piano keys. What just happened? Kevin, he made it through the hanging hooks, but here he does the exact same thing he did last time. He didn't learn. And Kevin is eliminated just like that. You can see here at a closer angle.
Yeah.
He just let himself fall off the first key. Kevin, that is pretty unfortunate.
So goated.
Well, our next competitor on the first stage has had a lot of success, but recently hasn't been doing the best on the first stage, and he's here looking to change that this tournament. The 20th competitor to take on the first stage of this tournament
I forgot this
is the
guy.
new star, Swerve T.
Oh yeah, Swerve. So he always changes his skin. I forgot he had that skin. That's like the bear from a Kanye West album. I forgot if he even had a name.
In tournament 8, after having 2 very good tournaments, which shockingly go down
Fluffy B skin.
on just the 4th obstacle, stage 1, the twin triangle. But in Crash Skate tournament 2, he would clear the 3rd stage and would even achieve
Swerve's goated.
first grand champion in that competition, clearing with a lot of time left on the final stage. I believe he beat the Klaxon, if I'm correct. But then his reign of terror didn't stop there, as he would then achieve Kansenseiya in Ender Challenge, which hadn't seen.
Ninja gave him the exact same profile. I gave Swerve the exact same profile with them 2 Kansas. I mean, I'm not mad about it.
To continue his reign of dominance.
Those are his traits.
Kansenseiya here, that tower in the background. Swerve T went down on the jump dangle in the last round. Did the best out of anyone who didn't clear the first stage though, and he's off. All right, Swerve T on the pillar alley, going through. Swerve T makes it. All right, into the hanging hooks.
If this isn't our first clear, then I'm crashing out.
No, what just happened?
What?
Oh no.
Ninja, what?
Swerve T, what just happened? He made 3, but you can see he got a little.
Premier chat went ballistic during this round.
Lose the Minecraft blocks, and that caused him to overshoot it. Look, he was standing on the wall instead of the glass pane, and Swerve T is out just like that.
Oh, we're way back with the replay. Let's go, Jakari.
Jakari now lining up for the Neo. He can't.
Jakari.
That wall.
Yes, Jakey boy.
Jakey boy gonna make it through the pillar alley. No, he won't. Never mind. Mr. Llama looking at his first clear.
How do you
cannot get the wrap?
You can't disrespect Llama like that. You can't just.
Well,
bam, 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 bro, 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 get ready for a lot of fun and excitement. Bang, 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 bang,
Let's see how Corey can do.
Blast processing goated song.
He's off.
We got Mr. Sneaky.
Onto the pillar alley.
There you go, Mr. Sneaky.
Jumping Spider. Tournament 9 went down on the Crooked Cannonball. However, in Tournament 8, Corey got all the way to Stage 3, going down on the crazy cliffhanger. So let's see if he can get back to that. First, you have to beat this brutal first stage. It's been very tricky so far, but he will make it through the piano keys. Time for some redemption. Corey, no one's beaten this today, actually. And he's the first one to stick that mount. Corey Seco going through, and he uses the skip. Corey is going to be our first look at the Crooked Cannonball today. It's been made
Crooked Cannonball go.
So it's been very difficult in the last few tournaments, and he gets it. Look how much easier that was for Corey. That's his first time getting past that obstacle. He's into the Great Wall. Can he get up it in 1? No, he can't.
Great Wall.
Corey, not up it in 2. Corey Seago struggling a bit, but he is going to get up it in 3. Gonna be our first look at the brand new version
Flying
of
Shoot.
Flying Shoot. Corey, this is a
Come
lot
on.
harder than it looks. He goes for it. Get the perfect jump. He lands
Oh.
it. Corey Sneeko just got to get that dismount. He's through. Corey,
Oh.
is going to be our first look at the beanstalk climb, the new last obstacle.
Come on, bro. If you fumble this,
The
Mr.
mountain
Sneaky.
climb combo.
Mr. Sneaky, if you fumble this, I'm gonna
This
crash.
obstacle, he was very nervous about it because
This ain't that difficult. Come on, you got
he
this.
is rotating around the beanstalk, getting very close. Corey,
Oh.
he falls again. Corey, this is a very intense run. Corey Sneeko, come on. Corey, he's so close. One more rotation.
He's
Corey,
got the
one
time.
more jump.
He's got the time.
Corey Sneeko is the first competitor
Yes.
moving on to stage 2 here in Tournament 11.
W
of
Vans.
Sasuke Craft. He's done it. Corey, that was a very intense run there on that beanstalk climb.
I feel like I'm
that
getting
was
digested.
very
I
scary,
just
very
feel like I'm
intense.
gonna get
Let's take a
digested.
look at
I
that
don't know.
amazing run again from Corey as he celebrates the top of the first stage finish platform. He knows he's the first competitor to make it through this brutal test here in this snowy gauntlet. Corey, you can just tell that he's just in shock. Let's take a look at this run again. He made it through the piano keys and then became the first competitor to beat the jumping spider using that skip effectively. And then he became the first competitor who attempted his version of a flying shoot and then cleared it. This is a lot.
Corey was the
harder
last
than
one
it
in
looked.
filming.
That
Hold
was
up.
so smooth. And Corey here, he had a very big
Oh.
scare. First fell down here and then fell down all the way to the bottom, but luckily due to the tunnel being pretty lenient, he was able to make it up, and Corey Sneeko is moving on to stage 2. Let's go down to what he has to say.
I didn't expect to beat any of okay, 1.2. Didn't expect to beat that, but I started singing Sigma Boy, and then
Okay, bro.
through that flying shoe, I could not do that at all, and then suddenly I can do it at the end. Oh my god.
Well, next up on the first stage is number 25.
Yes, Bobo.
Bobo the dog. Ringing a bell.
How do you spell his name? Like that. Alright, I got it
Jack
right.
the Trash Brother, Bobo the dog. Ringing a bell for some reason. I don't know. Interesting intro. But let's see how Bobo can do. He cleared all the way back in Tournament 6, and now this is the only time he's cleared. This is his 11th appearance. Why does he have speed? Okay, I'm not gonna question.
Why does he have
Bobo.
speed?
He has speed. That actually might make this up a little harder. But he's going through.
You got the Pride
Where
Month,
did he get
Kate.
the speed
Big up
from?
the Pride.
Bobo the dog.
Big up the Pride
This
Month.
is already a wacky run. Well, maybe. Well, he's gonna have the speed anyway for piano keys. Oh my god, he is flying through. Well, the speed will be gone.
No,
here in the
Bobo's
jumping
cooking.
spider. Bobo the dog flying through this course, going straight into it. He's only wasted a few more than 25 seconds when he comes up short
L.
on that third
Deserved.
last fade. Bobo
He's
the
cheating.
dog is down. Let's
Deserved.
take a look at that again. You can see here, just came up a bit short of that glass fade. Still a very good run from Bobo the dog, even though he did have speed for half of it. That was quite the interesting run. Well, next up on the first stage
Yes,
is
Jim
number
Bob.
26. This is Jim Bob.
Jim Bob.
Now, Jim Bob,
Kazakhstan. Very nice.
in Tournament 7, that was his first ever appearance, and he cleared and got 5th place that tournament, timing up on the Head Hit Horizon. But since then, he hasn't cleared. I believe he actually hasn't competed since Tournament 8, if I'm correct. He might have competed in Tournament 9, but I don't think he did. As Jim Bob now to the head
No.
hooks.
Jim Bob got cut
And he gets it.
because he
Alright,
was
Jim
being a
Bob.
prick in VC.
Going around, gonna head down, doing weird strategy, but it pays off. Jim
Oh,
Bob
Jim Bob.
threw into the piano keys.
I forgot he did that.
The time limit is pretty lenient. Going through the piano keys. Gonna just pause on every single one of them, and it pays off.
Goats.
Jumping spider. Jim Bob. Line up. Gets the mount. Come on, Jim Bob. Line it up. Goes for it. He
Yeah.
fails the exact same jump. That
Ow,
Bob the
Jim Bob.
dog
Ow,
just
Jim
failed.
Bob.
He is out. Let's take a look at that again. Jim Bob. You can see here, he just jumped a bit too early, and it caused him to undershoot it. Same jump as Bob with the dog.
Yeah.
Well, next up on the first stage, this is number 27. This is Cam38, the host of
Let's go,
the
Brainish.
contest. Cam, he's been competing since Tournament 6, but has never been able to clear the first stage. Can today be the time? This is
Did Cam not run the OG when it was called Brainish?
Cam going through. Got the jumping spider in the last tournament. Cam going across through the hang hooks as he makes it through into the piano key.
We would have been nearly through
Damn.
stage 1 at this point.
Onto the piano
But no,
keys.
you
He
got
just
like
walks
20 other
off.
runs.
Well, next up to take
Bro, imagine getting a worse result than Jim Bob. Kazakhstan, go.
on the first stage is number 28, the Halo athlete Jun Sato.
How is Cyan higher than
Roblox and Halo for a while, but he
Cyan
never had
the
too
goat?
much success here in Minecraft. Maybe he
We
can
never
change that
question
today.
it.
Jun Sato's sign has begun the Pillar Alley, and he makes it through. Jun Sato's sign last completed in Tournament 8. Sign misses the first.
Oh, that's big, bud.
Well, next up is the third and final
Say free Kari.
Japanese competitor, Say 3 Kari 0125. From what I've seen, he's done very well in some Japanese comps, so maybe he can use that skill here in Sasuke Craft Tournament 11. In Sasuke Tournament 5, he actually made it all the way to the cliffhanger on stage 3, I believe. So that was really nice. But Say 3 Kari is now into the hanging hooks, going across. Ooh,
Just
wait.
wait.
A bit. Gonna go back up for the wrap, and he makes it. He's done the best in any Japanese competitor as he's in to the piano keys. Say 3 Kari going across for the dismount. No, he runs into the fence and he is out.
That was shocking. That was
Well, now
crazy
fail.
fail.
Number 30. This
Let's
be the
go
last round, but since
Defense Soup 3.
Defense Soup 3. This is actually my real life friend.
Oh.
So let's see what he can do. And he has begun Defense Soup 3. He's very good at bowling. So, but he's not very good at Minecraft Ninja Warrior. He leaves the game immediately. Well, we've seen 30 runs, and so far only
Let's go, Mr. Sneaky.
able to clear the first stage. And a fun fact about Defense Soup 3 runners, that's the first time number 30 has ever failed the first stage. About Defense Soup.
I don't know, how do you get, like, that perfect, like, shot of his face?
3 runners, that's the first time number 30 has ever failed the first stage.
Bang, bro.
Next up,
ETN Dream.
Minecraft Strongest
Goats.
Fisherman, ETN Dream. Tournament 1, he overshot the
No. I forgot that.
landing platform on the hang glider, and then he didn't really do that good until Tournament 4, where he failed on the jump angle, and then since then he just didn't do that good going down on the music box and stuff like that. But then in Tournament 8, out of nowhere, he would become the first competitor to clear the first stage in that tournament. But he would not stop there. He would go on to clear the second stage as well. On the third stage, he would get all the way to the trigger trap doors before unfortunately failing.
I despise that.
And in Tournament 9, after being hyped up a lot, he would go down.
No offense to JT, but I do not like the trigger trap
In the
doors.
last tournament, he went down a jumping spider like many others in that tournament. ETN Dream, the last day run of the tournament. Let's see how he can do. Minecraft Strongest Fisherman. He's only cleared once before, but we know if he clears stage 1, he has the potential to make it very far into stage 3. And ETN Dream has begun into Pillar Alley, making it across. Nice work from ETN Dream there. Into the hanging hooks, ETN Dream misses the second hook. ETN Dream is down on the first stage once again. He beat the Pillar Alley with ease, but here you can see he just jumps a bit too early. ETN Dream, he is down on the
Let me
first
show on
stage.
Discord real quick.
Oh no, ETN Dream, yeah, look, just a few pixels too early, and he was probably angled a bit too much, but he is out. Well, after 31 runs,
Let's
the course
flipping
finally
go.
started to hit sunset. And we saw a bunch of experienced Rising Stars and veterans just take on the first stage.
Turkey Man.
Turkey Man into the hanging hooks. Turkey Man walks off the first hook.
Ooh, Hectalium.
Hectalium gets the wrap on the hanging hooks. Hectalium going through, times it all wrong.
Bananas for what? She's digesting such goats.
Bananas for bread on the hanging hooks. Going across. Now time for the wrap. He gets it. Alright. No, he's already down on the piano keys.
How dare you? How dare you? I'm kidding. We liking this shit up.
Maddie attacking the hanging hooks right now.
Yeah, I fumbled.
And the hanging hooks are gonna fight back.
I absolutely fumbled.
Well, there are only 15 runs left in kicking off the final 15. This is
Oh, was that the end of the digest as well?
newcomer number 36. This is Kevin. He has done a lot of things for Sasuke Craft. If you recognize the Sasuke Craft line, that's actually him.
Yes, bro. I forgot that. Find out now on Sasuke Craft. Goated.
From the tournament 5 and 6 intro. We might have done some other stuff, but he's begun.
Nice and
Kevin-
good,
oh!
Joe.
Oh,
No, no.
Kevin. What just happened? There's no way.
Yo.
Kevin, let's take a look at this
Yo.
again. Kevin, as you can see, just didn't sprint at all. It looked like he did on purpose, but he didn't. Kevin doesn't sprint at all on the first obstacle. That's the second worst run Sasuke Craft history. The worst is still Small Happy Ape from Tournament 4. But Kevin is already out.
Kevin.
Well, next up, this is our second to last newcomer to take on the first stage. This is the Hive Sweat. Big G is cool. That classic, very iconic monkey skin there.
How's the...
Big G is cool. One of the best Hive players around, and he's begun.
Oh,
his
Big
first
G's
attempt
cool.
at Sasuke
I don't...
Craft. He avenged
I'm not
one
in
of
the
his good
Hive
friends,
community.
Kevin, as he makes it through. Into the hanging hooks now.
Apparently
cool.
he's
Going
one of the
through,
top
make it
5
look
players.
easy. Flying through this course, goes right for the wrap. All right, into the piano keys. Oh, he just mistimes it. Big G is down.
That's sad.
Oh, Big G is cool. You can see here, made it through the hanging hooks. But here he just timed it wrong, and Big G is cool. Is out on the first stage.
It's a
Good
sad
first
day.
attempt. Well, number 38 in this tournament, and the 38th competitor to take on the first stage. This is Piss God, the God of Piss. He's cleared in tournament
Piss
7,
God.
tournament 9, got 5th place in tournament 9. but
Although
last tournament
I don't think
didn't
he's
do as well
the-
as he wanted.
the
and
god.
Piss God has
I
begun.
don't think that, but
He's
yeah.
going through
Is
really late
Piss
jump
God
to that
go?
filler alley. That looked really nice as he's into the hanging hooks now. Piss God going through.
I've been
Blocks
watching-
off that second hook. Piss God is
Dang.
out. Oh, no.
I've been watching Sasuke Craft since the first tournament of the OG was uploaded. Like, I've watched tournaments in this community for ages, but just not been in it. Not actually been in the community for not for that.
No.
Okay, I'm yapping.
Piss God.
I'm yapping.
Well, it is time for the first All-Star of the tournament to take on the first stage. This is
Sasuke Craft
Akira
All-Stars.
2018.
How's Caleb? How's Caleb an all-star?
Akin.
That's
Last
crazy.
one went down on the piano keys. His earliest
Isn't he called Isn't he called Caleb Plays YT now?
exit in the new series. As now Akin Oregano 2018 gets ready to tempt the stage. And he's off. Akin Oregano going through, going on the side of those pillars. But he makes it into the hanging
That's a weird
hooks now.
method.
As Akin Oregano lining up very nice, goes straight for the third hook, getting some save jumps there. Now
Come on.
the wrap. Akin, no, he can't. Akin is down on the second obstacle, even worse than last tournament, and he
You remember from me from T4 Premier? Yeah, no. When what's his name? Someone was dissing me, and I created the My Hand account just to watch Sasuke Craft. Yeah, no. T4 Premiere was the first premiere of Sasuke Craft that I watched. The YouTube. Oh yeah, I forgot. Because All-Star gets removed. Yeah, no, I found this community through Sasuke Galaxy. I'm not kidding.
won't even get a chance at redemption. You can see here on the pillar, I did a little bit of a weird technique going on the side, but it was here on the hanging hooks. He made it look easy, got a few safe jumps, but it was here. He just misses the wrap completely. Oh, he just runs straight into that
What
wall.
a sad day.
He needed to angle himself out a bit more, and he just couldn't do that. Akin, oh no, barely hits that wall too.
Oh,
no, Akin is down. Well, we have seen 39 runs and only one clear from Corey Sneeko. And we are now heading on to our 40th competitor of the tournament.
I think we're about to get a lot of this
The
enough.
40th competitor.
Let's go, Circuit.
This tournament is Circuit is stupid. Circuit has competed in every tournament, including every tournament from the original.
Loki. The graphics from the second era of the OG were like goated. From the graphics were tiny in the OG, but they were good.
Series. And Sasuke Craft Tournament 1, he'll be given number 30 for never failing to make it to the third stage in the original series. He gets second place going on the final jump of the pipe slider. But then in Tournament 2 would go down the final jump again, that time on the team.
Ouch.
Tournament 3 would go down the pinball machine. Tournament 4 would go down the ultimate cliffhanger, and Tournament 5 would go down on the trigger trap doors. But here in Tournament 6, this was a very good tournament. He set a speed record on stage 1, but once again could not get that final jump. In Tournament 7, Circuit came in with new goals.
That stage 3 was really fire.
Would go down before the third stage, this time on the second stage. However, in the following tournament, Tournament 8, he would fail stage 1 for his first time ever.
I like graphic designing too. I'm kind of bummed at it.
Climbing up on the warped wall. Then, in Tournament 9, even worse would happen. He would do it again for the second time in a row after training on it so much. And in the last tournament, he would be given number 295 for just being a great competitor overall. But would go down on the jumping spider, making it his worst result to date.
T6, me beloved.
But now,
the reboot, I'm guessing. T6 was a solid tournament, probably the best Ryzen tournament.
Circuit is Stupid, number 40, ready to give it his best shot. The percussionist.
And I'm not
Let's
saying
see how
that just
Circuit
because I
can do.
debuted in
He
it.
wants to make it
That was
back
my
to
debut.
stage 2 for the first time since Tournament 7. This could be his tournament. Circuit has begun. Number 40, the last.
Let's say that again. Let's say that again.
This could be his tournament. Circuit has begun.
Let's say that one more
For the
time.
first time since Tournament 7. This could be his tournament. Circuit has
Yeah, it's confirmed. Galactic's voice is finally deepening.
begun. Number 40, the last sunset run before it hits midnight. As now Circuit
I
is going
kidney you,
across
I
into the
kidney you.
hanging hooks. Sasuke has been
Here we
very
go,
tricky
Circuit.
today.
Don't
But
fumble.
he makes it onto the second hook. Now the jump up to third. This just took out his fellow all-star Akin Oregano 2018.
We all know that you're Galactic's
This was
alter
the jump.
ego.
But Circuit
Here we go.
beats
Oh.
it. Now time for the piano
Oh.
keys. Circuit beat this in the last tournament going across. Looks like it's a bit bad time.
Oh my days.
Circuit is Stupid is down on the third obstacle of stage 1. Just like that. Circuit is already out. Even worse than last tournament. This is terrible. What is going on? 40 runs and only
Diabolical.
one clear. Circuit, you can see here, just mistimed it. That caused him to fall. Circuit's out. Well, 40 competitors have taken on the first stage, and it is now officially midnight here on the first stage. And our next competitor wants some redemption after a heartbreaking fail in the last tournament.
Oh, I forgot that the real circuit's been running. No, I actually forgot. Don't tell me to C-bow.
Next up, kicking off our final 10 competitors. This is number 41. This is Jack is Trash. Got to the final stage back in Tournament 5. The last tournament went down on the first obstacle. He wants some revenge, and his time has begun. Jack gonna do it backwards, fooling around a bit.
Hello.
Alright, this is a jumpy fail in the last one.
Jack's out of his prime, bro.
He gets it. Jack is trash. Is through. He's gotten redemption on the pillar alley.
Here we go.
Now time for the hanging hooks going right through. Jack is trash. Gets the wrap around. Now time for the
How the
piano
hell did
pieces.
I
Just
fumble
knocked out
that?
circuit. Jack lining it up. Jack is trash. Really taking his time, but he times it a bit wrong and he's down. Jack is trash. Is eliminated on the piano keys. No. Jack. What just happened? Oh, let's take a look at this fail here. Jack, he waited a bit and he just timed it, I think, a few milliseconds.
That's
to a second
diabolical.
late. You can see here, just caused him to
What
fall.
a disgrace.
But Jack is trash. He's been eliminated. Look, he was so close. Almost timed it right. Just a bit too early, I want to say. And Jack is trash has been eliminated. Well, this course has been proving to be taking a toll on our competitors. But our next competitor thinks he has what it takes to make it to the second stage. The finalist from Tournament 6. This is the new
Axis
star,
Art.
Axis Art 2348. Axis. Last one went down on the piano keys.
This guy needs to run
Jumping Spider,
better
but
up
Tornado got to
Sasuke
the third
6.
stage. Never failed the second stage. He only got there. All of a sudden, Axis has fallen.
Ah!
Axis Art is down on the first obstacle.
Oh, Big
What
Bud was
just
there for
happened?
it.
Axis. He just jumped a bit too early and it cost him. He looked good. I think it was just a few pixels too early. He came really close to landing that. But Axis Art 2348 out of nowhere is eliminated on the first stage.
I didn't know Big Bud was
Well,
there
there
for it. He
are
never told
only
me.
8 competitors left to take on the first stage, but our next competitor thinks he has a shot to clear. The 43rd competitor to take on
Norwegian,
the
let's
first
go.
stage this tournament is Norwegian. Nor mainly does Roblox competitions, and even clearing competitions like Steel Castle Tournament 2, where on his second stage he got to the Rubik's Run, which I believe was the 4th obstacle.
The
Now,
Rubik's Run.
In Sasuke Craft Nor, he kind of started
That's
as
peak.
a joke, as he just jumped off the start line in Tournament 6, which was his first appearance. Then in Tournament 7, failed to dismount of the rolling hill, the first obstacle. And then in Tournament 8, went down a Silk Spider, second obstacle, making it for a personal
And then he popped off in Dream Trials alongside me.
best. But in Tournament 9, he put in a lot of practice and got all the way to the final obstacle,
No Team Trials mentioned.
the mountain climb, but missed the mount barely, too much to the side. But in the last tournament, Nor came in with new hopes and dreams. And after all of that hard work, he finally achieved success, becoming the first competitor to clear the first stage in that tournament, barely making it by. However, in the second stage, Nor would unfortunately go down on the candle clay, overshooting the third candle. Nor, he's back. He's ready to give it his best shot. He thinks he can do it, but can he is the real question. Nor looking to join Corey Sneeko here on the second stage. This first stage has been brutal. I mean,
Oh, 8
with
rounds
every
left
50
and only
competitors, you'd
Corey's
expect there to
cleared.
be more clears than normal, but now there's even less. Nor going through, makes it past the pillar alley into the hanging hooks. This one has been deadly.
Is that timer custom?
Norwegian going across here. Come on, Nor. Gets to jump up. Now the wrap. He was worried about this obstacle, but he makes it through into the piano keys. This obstacle has been very tricky this tournament as well. It was the Ninja Killer in the last tournament. Ooh, a bit of lag, but he survived into the jumping spider. Norwegian gets the mount. Alright, Traverse Cruz never actually failed this obstacle. He's never failed any obstacle before the last one of the first stage in this reformation era. He's going to only be our second look at the Crooked Cannonball. He's only the second to clear the jumping spider. He makes it through the Crooked Cannonball. He's 3 obstacles left to go. 50 seconds remaining. Come on, Nor. Not up the Great Wall
Oh,
in 1.
no.
Nor. But he's going to get up it in 2. And now it's time for the flying shoot.
Oh,
He was
Doses
very
is such a
nervous about
goat
this
when
one.
it comes to
Norwegian,
timers.
you have to get in a very late jump. Nor lines it up. He goes for it. Nor lands
Oh,
it. Now just got to get the dismount. Norwegian is through the flying
yes.
shoot. Can he go? Can he get
Come
a
on,
second
Nor.
clear in a row here? He is going.
No flying
into the
shoot,
sub
though, so
climb
far.
now. The final obstacle. He was very nervous about this obstacle. He kind of blends in with it a bit, but he's climbing up, rotating around. Come on, Nor, you can do it. Nor, one more rotation. Getting
Come on.
so close. Final one. Nor is going
Yeah.
back to stage 2 here in tournament 11 of Sasuke Craft. He's done it. Nor, for the second time in a row, will be moving on. That was a very good run from Norwegian. Nor, he is running around the first stage finish platform with excitement. You can tell he's happy about that. I would be too. That was a great run. Let's take a look at that again. Nor, he was very nervous about the hanging hooks going in this run, but he made that look so easy. He was a little wonky on the wrap, but he still made it, which is all you have to do, really. On the Great Wall, he didn't get up in one, but he was able to get up on a second try. And then he came to the obstacle he was most worried about, the flying chute, where he became the second competitor to beat him, meaning that no one has failed this new version because only 2 competitors have got there. Then Norris able to climb up the beam.
Is there enough of that? It looks like that was enough
version because only 2 competitors have got there. Then Norris able to climb up the beanstalk climb. A little bit of worry, but he still made it through. Let's go down to him and see what he has to say.
I'm feeling quite proud of myself, you know? Had a bit of struggles. I almost walked off the final obstacle. That would have been very funny, but I wouldn't...
Why does he kind of sound like he's about to cry?
I was very nervous going into it.
I don't know. That might just be me.
During practice, I thought I was doing well, but not perfect, so I was like, knew I could do it, but I wasn't sure if I could execute. And
Wait, can I stop getting pinned?
I'm very happy at.
Well, our next competitor is a huge guest for this tournament. It is the original competitor, the original GOAT of my competitions, Only Breads. And starting with Sasuke 1, he went down on the...
Yo! Only Breads, the origin of... Oh no! He's out! In the purple Skull Trooper skin. I remember this moment.
Wall drop on the first stage just slipped off. When Sasuke Galaxy 21, he was able to clear the first stage like
Sasuke Galaxy was so good.
he did in many other competitions prior to that, but would shockingly go down on the second stage on the cane lane, would make it to the end, but would...
I forgot cane lane was on stage 2.
He went above the truss and was eliminated. Then in the original Sasuke Craft Tournament 1, Redwood Mark...
Come on, show the moment. Please show the moment.
Redwood would mark another appearance, as he would clear the first stage with the fastest time in that tournament, and then would go on to clear the second stage as well. However, on the third stage, Brett would do the impossible.
Show the moment.
For his first ever time, he would beat a cliffhanger on my course, making it through.
Come on, show the moment.
However, he would fail on just 2 obstacles later on the 6 obstacles Sidewinder, which would spark one of the loudest reactions I've ever done in history, if not the loudest. And after missing out on Tournament 2...
Oh, I didn't play the sound!
However, on the third stage, Brett
what the hell's
would do the impossible.
Where's the audio? Where's the audio coming from?
Second stage is...
Let me get this video up.
Second stage as well.
Let me get this audio up. Let me go to the moment. Let me go to the moment. Where is it? There it is.
And bad. Working nicely.
No! Fred! Fails! Oh, the Sidewinder, yes. Bro,
however, he would
so
beat a
good.
cliffhanger. Fail on just 2 obstacles later on the 6 obstacles Sidewinder, which would spark one of the loudest reactions
Sidewinder is
I've ever
3.6, so it's interesting.
If not the loudest. And after missing out on Tournament 2, Brett would mark his retirement in Tournament 3. And once again would clear the first stage, making it 100% clear rate in the original series. However, Brett would unfortunately go down on the second stage, missing the mount on the Wingnut Alley while running out of time. However, Brett would come back for Chikara Tournament 1, where he said it would be his official last appearance. Not only would he clear the first stage, he would clear the second and third stage, making it to the final.
Chikara was good.
The picture-perfect ending to his story, as he would achieve Kanzen Seiha for his first time ever in one of my competition. But now, after a few years, Brett is back to the course. The most classic runner ever in my competitions. It is a huge honor to have him back.
Isn't Only Bread's the same guy as Only Simping?
Let's see how he can do up against these new challenges. A lot more techie. Brett is down on the
What?
first obstacle. No!
Oh no!
Only Brett does fall.
He's
already.
out!
What just happened? Brett, he made the first jump. He's
I
like,
heard your dog
off
barking.
that second pillar. No! Brett!
No,
You
what?
can see here, you just had too much force going in it, and Brett is unfortunately out.
That is peak.
And
That's
just
crazy.
like that, there are only 6 runs left with only 1 clear.
2 clears.
Well, our next competitor has been really living it up in the Minecraft Ninja Warrior scene, and he's been breaking through in many competitions, including Sasuke Craft. Looking to get his technically 3rd straight Stage 1 clear in a row is the new star. The newest
Who is it?
new star, I should say.
Jack is
Because
Boom.
This is Jack
Yes,
is
I
Boom.
guessed it.
He's been made
That's her motto.
a new star.
That's no. The teeth are crazy. I forgot he had a wonky out teeth before he got that surgery. No. I'm sorry, I got wonky teeth as well, so I can't say much.
Due to his very good results in Tournament 8, he got to Stage 3, and after missing out.
Let me go the comments to what? The comments? What?
Now in Tournament 9 in the last round got to Stage 2.
Yeah, that
and
motto
then 9
is
to do
face
so.
on
But
his
Jack's
skin.
Boom has begun his attack number 45. Let's
course
see how he
fucking
can
Carnival
do. Jack's
is his
Boom makes it
team.
through the pillar alley. And he's showboating back using that goat horn. He's
She ran day like Carnival.
I don't know
I
what
was
to say.
sitting puzzle.
Jack's Boom
I
going
was
through,
sitting
and he
puzzle. I
gets
don't
through
know
the
the
hanging
what
hook.
lyrics for.
Using that goat horn again, he's fooling around a bit on this stage, but I guess that's what makes him comfortable. He does it in a lot of courses. Doing a interesting technique on the piano key. Not sure if I like that, but it works. As now he's into the jumping spider. Goes for it, and he gets the mount. Can become the 3rd competitor to make it through this. He gets it. Just got to get this dismount. Don't underestimate it. But he's lining it up carefully. Jack's Boom is through into the crooked cannonball. Jack's Boom line it up. He goes for it. Gets it with ease. Just got to get that dismount. And Jack's Boom is now into the Great Wall.
Let's.
All right, come on, Jack.
I don't know
You got
what he
it.
meant by let me.
Not up it in
I don't
1.
know.
Not up it in 2. Up it in 3.
Alright.
Just gotta
Come on,
click that
Boom.
button to get up. All right,
I
around
believe in
35
you, my
seconds
white
left, heading
one.
into the flying chute. Come on, Jack's Boom. He hates flying chutes. He failed it in Tournament 6.
Yeah, no,
He'll
Paul
fail it
commented.
again.
Whoa!
Jack's Boom is down. This is his second
Oh,
time that the
my
flying
white
chute. He failed
one.
2 different versions of it. He failed it in his debut, and now he'll fail it again here in this snowy gauntlet of a course.
No,
Let's take a look
my
at this
white
run again. He was
one.
able to make it past the hang hooks. He made the hang hooks look really easy, actually.
Ain't no
And
way.
here he became just a 3rd competitor to make it through this very tough jumping spider, lining every jump up to make it past here to the dismount. But then here, what happened on the flying chute? As you can see, he just jumped a bit too late, actually. You don't want to jump too early, but you also don't want to jump too late, and he just jumped too late. Jack's Boom is out. Well, there are only 5 runs left, and with only 2 clears.
I swear down, your voice is deepened between them recordings. I don't know, because you like commentate it all in like one day or something. I don't know. I feel like you do, but I don't know.
No matter what happens, even if the last 5 all clear, we are tying the lowest amount of clears ever. But our next competitor definitely has a shot to become the 3rd clear.
Tying?
One of the greatest of all time. The 46th competitor to
Let's
take on
go,
the first tournament is
JT.
Just Trigger. In Tournament 1, JT came out of nowhere and cleared
Let's
the first
go.
and 2nd stage, doing so very effectively. However, when it came time for the 3rd stage, he would get 3rd place after landing the transition on
What?
the ledge, but losing his grip going around it.
Okay, I'm not like
Tournament 2,
Brando,
JT
where like
came
I
back with
remember
a
every
vengeance.
result. That was
He went on
crazy.
to dominate the first 2 stages. As you get the fastest time in stage 2, and then would get
That
his
was
redemption
ridiculous.
on the cliffhanger. However, things did not end there, as JT would become the first competitor to ever make it to the final stage in the
Yes,
Sasuke Craft reboot.
JT.
Although he had a good run going, he just could not put it all together on the final stage, as he would just keep slipping and unfortunately run out of time. He then went on to fail the final jump of stage 3 in Tournament 3, but in Tournament 4, he was ready to give it his best shot after he was given number 29. He would be one of 7 to clear the first stage, and would then become one of 3 to clear on the second stage, and would get second place, going down on the ultimate cliffhanger, overshooting his momentum jump on the 4th ledge. In Tournament 5, JT would return again. However, this time, unknowingly, it would be his last appearance. He would clear stage 1, getting the fastest time, I believe.
Why do I keep getting pinged?
Well.
And then when I check my Discord, there's no
He exceeded
pings.
everyone's expectations, as he would become the second competitor to clear in not only the Rising
Yes,
Era, but in the
goats.
tournament as well. After this incredible
So
run,
that 5
JT was
block one
ready to
down
give it his best shot on the
with,
final
like,
stage,
barely any
and
movements.
that is what he did. JT
That's
would
crazy.
fly up, but unfortunately one mistake would cause a chain reaction of mistakes, causing him to time up so close to the top.
That
with
was
one
sad.
of the biggest fumbles in Sasuke Craft history. But now, JT is returned to the course for Tournament 11, and he wants revenge on the final stage. Can he become the first competitor to make it to the final stage since Tournament 8? We know he can. He's done it twice before. Come on, JT. Give it your best shot.
Yes,
Chuck
JT.
Trigger returns to the course.
Give it
Here
your
we
best shot.
go. JT, the Sasuke Craft 2 and Sasuke Craft 5 finalist. Can he do it? He gets ready. The 100-second attack for JT has begun.
Let's
He's
go.
off. His return to the course. All right, JT going through the pillar alley. His little brother Musquin failed here, but he will not. All right, now his good friend Clinks failed here as well on this hanging hook, but he's gonna make it look easy. Just time for the wrap. JT has got it into the piano keys. JT lining it up, looking for this timing. Times it a bit awkwardly. Down.
Oh.
Just Trigger, for his first time ever, will not be getting to the 3rd stage. No! It's over just like that. He got revenge for Musquin by clearing
I'm like
the pillar
half
alley
awake.
and made it look pretty easy. And
I'm
then
on
got
4
revenge
eyes,
for
by
his
the
friend
way. I wear
Flink,
glasses.
getting past the hanging hooks. But here on the piano key, he timed it
I need
completely
new
wrong,
glasses
and he
'cause
didn't
mine are,
even
like,
get onto the
really
second key. He didn't
scratched.
even have the distance. Maybe could have,
That
but
was
oh,
diabolical
no.
fail.
Just like that, JT, after his return to the course, it's all over. Just like that. I don't even know if he had the speed, but JT is out. No. Well, no matter what happened,
I'm using the Steam
in
as
these
well.
last 4 runs, we're having the lowest amount of clears ever. But our next competitor wants to still clear.
This song's called like
Next up on the first stage,
Hyperiox
3 YT the All-Stars.
by Paragon
He
X9.
became the second ever Stage 1 clear in the reboot history back in Tournament 1, and would go on to get the fastest time in Stage 2 that tournament.
Let's
becoming
go,
the first
Tim.
competitor to clear Stage 2 in the reboot. However, he would unfortunately go down the pole grasper in that tournament for getting the sprint. In Tournament 2, he would shockingly go down on the 5th obstacle, the hammer dodge on Stage 2, and then would time up in the wall lift in Tournament 3. After missing Tournament 4 due to a medical emergency, Gamer Tim 3 would come back for Tournament 5, but would fail Stage 1 for his first time ever, going down on the crooked wall. But in Tournament 6, he came back with a vengeance, as he would clear the first stage, but would unfortunately go down on the salmon ladder, shockingly, on Stage 2. In Tournament 7, even worse would happen. He couldn't even get back to the second stage as he would go down on the twin triangle.
I remember
But
that
in
was
Tournament
crazy.
8, Tim really focused, and this is where he got his true redemption. Not only would he clear the twin triangle, but he would go on to clear the rest of the first stage. But it didn't stop there. For the first time since Tournament 1, Gamer Tim 3 YT would make it past the second stage,
yep.
Clear second stage, going to the 3rd stage. And on that 3rd stage, he was at a
The
universal
goat.
best by far, getting all the way to the
Cheese
grater
grater.
on stage
Goated
3,
obstacle.
missing the jump to the 3rd ladder. In Tournament 9, Tim would clear once again after stumbling a bit on the mountain climb. However, he'd become one of 3 competitors to make it to the 3rd stage of that tournament, becoming the first competitor ever clear stage 2 in the reformation era. On this 3rd stage, he would unfortunately go down.
First time ever he isn't number 15.
The 3rd obstacle, getting 3rd place for that tournament. In the last tournament, Tim would come back and would once again clear stage 1. This time doing so a lot more easily than he did in tournament 9. But unfortunately, he would shockingly go down on just the 2nd obstacle, stage 2, the Escalate, after getting the stage 3 in the past 2 tournaments before that.
Oh, Escalate, good obstacle.
Number 47. Can he do it? The high streamer. I don't even know if he's.
Isn't that from like that one Roblox comp? It's like.
Let's see how Tim can do.
I forgot what it's called.
Tim, 100 seconds.
Here we go.
Begun. Tim is off.
Tim is off.
All right, Gamer Tim 3 YT going through the pillar alley. Beat this in the last tournament. He's gonna beat
Here
it again.
we go.
As now he's into the hanging hooks. This one has been very brutal today. As Tim lines it up. Ooh, a little bit hesitant there, and Tim misses the first hook. Tim is down. That's his worst result ever in Sasuke Craft. Tim is out already. He made it to the pillar alley with ease.
No.
You can see here he hesitated a bit, and then when he went for the actual jump, he just had an angle all wrong.
Voice cracks are crazy. No.
What is going on? Tim, one of the best competitors in Sasuke Craft history, hesitates on the 1.2 mount, and that causes him to fail. He can't even get in to the first hook. No!
That's crazy.
Our next competitor is the 2nd placer of last tournament. This is
K-Fly. Yes,
K-Fly. 2nd place
K-Fly.
in the last tournament. Got all the way to the reverse panel on stage 3, and he's off. K-Fly is going through the pillar alley beat. The last tournament, it was his first time getting past the 2nd stage, and he did not make waste of it as he's heading through the hanging hook. We just saw Gamer Tim 3 YT go down here, but K-Fly makes it through. Just gotta get that dismount, and now he's in the piano keys. He's worried about this one. Times it a bit awkwardly, and he can't even get on to the 2nd key. Very similar to what happened to Just Trigger earlier, but K-Fly is down. He got past the hanging hooks. He made the hanging hooks look really easy, actually. I'm not gonna lie. That was a really good attempt. But then here, on the piano keys, you can see he just mistimed it. Didn't even get the distance. Also jumped too early. It was just unfortunate attempt, but that's another competitor down. We only have 2 runs left. K-Fly, after his best tournament yet, has one of his worst. Not his worst, but one of his worst. And he is out. Well, there are just 2 competitors left, but these 2 are some of the best in the show's history. And our next competitor has a case for being the best right now that Paul Roblox YT has retired. He's competed in every tournament and has the most amount of stage 1 clears ever, and he wants to keep that list going.
Who's it? I forgot. I don't know, bro.
The 49th competitor
Of course it's Kai.
is Blushy Baby Kai.
Blushy Baby
Blushy
Kai.
Baby Kai, once again, has never failed the first
My
stage
goat.
in the first 10 tournaments. Started
Your
out
goat.
with 1 clearing, but would
Everyone's
go down
goat.
on the speed spiral on the
The
second
speed.
stage,
I
which was a lot
remember
worse
that
than what he
obstacle.
wanted to
Speed
do.
spiral.
In tournament 2, he would get to the 3rd stage for his first time and would go down on the pole grasper on stage 3.
Hey.
But in tournament 3, he would make it to the final stage, which would grant him number 30 in tournament 4 due to Paul Roblox YT not competing. He would clear the first stage once again and then become one of 3 to clear the 2nd stage. He would then get his first ever first place, as he'd be the only competitor to land on the 5th ledge of the ultimate cliffhanger.
Wait, I
and would
forgot
walk
Paul
off
didn't compete
that ledge,
for some
not even getting a
reason.
jump. Then in tournament 5, he'd be number 149 and would clear the first stage once again. But this time, out of nowhere, would fail on the 2nd stage, going down on the salmon ladder. In tournament 6, he'd get his redemption on the 2nd stage and would go down on the trigger trap doors, the 5th obstacle, stage 3. In tournament 7, he would
Legend,
get to the
yeah.
crazy cliffhanger,
Legend.
but would get 3rd place, going down on the flip of the crazy cliffhanger. But then, in tournament 8, he'd become the first competitor to clear stage 3 in the regeneration era, clearing the 3rd stage for his 2nd time. He would then do better than he did in tournament 3, but would time up very close to the top of the tower on the final stage in tournament 8. But then in tournament 9, Blushy Baby Kai would clear the first stage once again, but then would have the closest finish in the history of Sasuke Craft, barely scraping by the 2nd stage. He would then go on to get second place in that tournament, missing the flip to the moving ledge on the ultra crazy cliffhanger.
Oh, that's sad.
In the last tournament, Kai would set history, becoming the first competitor to get 10 clears overall and 10 clears in a row on the first stage, but would then go down on the candle cling on stage 2,
Come on,
having
bro.
another shocking fail on the second stage.
If Plushy Baby Kai ruins
But
his
now
streak
Kai
like
is
Fireball
back.
and H and
Plushy Baby
W,
Kai, he has a very good resume. He's never failed stage 1 before.
like that
So
would
if you wanna
that would be
clear on this
crazy.
first stage, he is the man to
I
do
honestly feel like
We only have
Sasuke
two right
Craft
now,
is the
Corey, Nico, and Norwegian,
Halo Ninja
the sole
Warrior of
survivors so
Minecraft.
far of this first stage. There's still 2 runs left to go, including Kai. So let's see how Kai can do. He steps up to the starting line. Blushy Baby Kai, the Sasuke Craft 3 and Sasuke Craft 8 finalists.
Oh, this
Here we
this
go.
theme
Blushy
is
Baby Kai.
goated. I love
He's the
that.
man to do so if we want a stage 1 clear. And he's begun. Kai on the pillar alley. Go across. Nice jump there. Could have been a little too early, but nonetheless he made it. And now the hanging hook. He was very nervous about this obstacle, the piano keys, and the flying chute, which all are very tricky obstacles. I mean, we've seen hanging hooks and
Come
piano keys
on.
be deadly. We've only seen one person fail
Oh.
flying chute because only 3 people have gotten there. And
Oh.
he's struggling a bit on this hanging hooks raft.
I don't think he'll
He
have enough
clipped through the
time.
glass. You can see him there. He said he clipped through the glass. Okay, not gonna question my
Hey,
craft,
Kai.
but he's gonna make it through the piano keys. All right, he's only the 7th competitor to get here so far, as he's into the mount. And he lands it. All right, big jump up, Kai.
You know, Minecraft-
Walks off, he's
What?
down! For the
And he's
first
out.
time ever, Blushy Baby Kai is out on the first stage.
Just like
No.
Fireball.
It's over. 10 tournaments to
No.
go down on the jumping spider, ruining his streak. No, what just happened? Kai, he made the first obstacle look easy, but you can see here, he was really struggling on the wrap, and then he clips through the glass, he said. I didn't even know that could happen. That's very lucky.
You know, I failed because I landed on the glass and then I clipped through it, but I'm not one of them people that beg for reodds. Yeah, no, that's crazy.
But here, he made the piano keys look easy, but what happened on the jumping spider? He just didn't even jump. I think he jumped too far, so he didn't have enough time to react and hit the jump button to
Yeah.
make it into the honey section. A simple error ruins and ends his stage 1 clear streak. For the first time ever, Blushy Baby Kai is down.
Why is this
on
actually
stage
sad,
1.
bro? I'm,
Well,
get-
I mean,
I'm
you
getting
have to
emotional
go
for
to
Minecraft
10
Ninja
clears in a row.
Warrior.
That's a very hard feat to accomplish, and this stage 1 has been deadly. So
Going
it's not
into
the
his
worst thing, but
igloo.
Kai is out.
I don't know if it's his igloo. Yeah, that's crazy. And the final,
Well, there
final
is only
competitor,
one competitor
your
left
favorite
to
hen.
take on the first stage. He's only competed 5 times, but he's been doing very good in all 5 of those tournaments, and he wants to keep adding to his amazing resume that he's built up in such a short amount of time. The first ever number 50 in Sasuke Craft is the new star, your favorite hen. He started out in Tournament 6 by clearing the first stage out of nowhere, and then would go on to clear the second stage as well. And then he wouldn't stop there.
I feel like if Hen clears, which would mean if he gets top 3, I think he should get All-Star.
He'd get the best newcomer result of Tournament 6, going down on the wall drop on stage 3.
I forgot Wall
In
Drop was
Tournament
on
7,
stage
your
3.
favorite hen would clear again, beating the Klaxon, something that not a lot of competitors did in that tournament. However, he would unfortunately go down on the double compressor on stage 2 while running out of time. In Tournament 8, Hen bounced back as he would get the fastest time on stage 1 by a far margin, and then would go on the Gear Redemption on the double compressor and the second stage overall. He would then get 3rd place going down on the final jump of stage 3, getting so close to beating it, but he just could not do it. Then in Tournament 9, he would clear once again, and then he did not stop there either, as he would almost set a speed record on stage 2, getting 0.3 seconds away from it. But then he would go on to get his first ever first place, as Hen would go down on the ultra crazy cliffhanger, barely missing the flip to the moving ledge. In the last tournament, Hen cleared stage 1 once again for his 5th time in a row, but then would have one of the sloppiest stage 2 runs of all time. Barely making it past as he just kept trying to dismount the tackle too early and not pushing it to the end of the track.
Oh, that was crazy.
However, he would still clear it nonetheless,
He cleared.
but then go down even earlier on the ultra crazy cliffhanger than he did in tournament 9, missing the first flip. But here comes your favorite Hen. He's back to take on the first
I
stage.
plans for
He's
new
never failed stage
All-Star
1 before, but
after
neither did
T12.
Bushwick just failed. So Hen, he knows there's a lot of pressure. The first ever number 50
I didn't realize.
has begun. The last runner of stage 1 has never failed the first stage before in the first 10 tournaments. So Hen looking to keep that up as he makes it past the pillar alley, and he's in.
I hope
to the
Hen
hanging
clears.
hook.
If he fumbles hanging
Jump onto the
hooks,
third hook now,
or
and
spider.
going back. He walks off the back of the third hook and he's out.
Yo,
No!
I jinxed it.
What just happened? Your favorite Hen is out already.
I jinxed it, bro.
He made it past the pillar alley with ease. But let's take a look at this again. When he made the jump, he accidentally unshifted and walked back too far.
That's a
causing the
classic
fall
mistake.
on the back of the third hook.
Whenever I play on
That
keyboard,
is
I always
shocking.
do that.
Your favorite Hen, number 50. All the tournament has been building up to this, and he is down just like that. Stage 1 is over with only 2 clears. No!
That's crazy. Why do I say that's crazy all the time? I mean, it is crazy.
Well, it is time for this
Yeah.
tournament's Ninja Killer.
Hanging hooks. I was
The
about to
honor
guess
goes
it.
to the second obstacle, the hanging hook, with 19 failures, setting a new record. Almost every jump of this obstacle failed. Every jump except a dismount, to be exact. Proving this obstacle is tricky all around. For these 19 competitors, they'll have to have better luck next time. Newcomers, regulars, veterans, new stars, and all-stars all failed this obstacle, all in a multitude of ways.
Show
Some
me.
shocking failures, like GamerTim3YT and your favorite Hen. These 19 competitors will hopefully come back in the next tournament to give it their
Yes,
best
it's
shot.
me.
Better luck next time, competitors.
You know, if you see that, where am
will
I?
hopefully come back in the next tournament to give
If you look at
it their
this,
best shot.
see, I landed on it. I landed on like the very edge of the hitbox.
Better luck next time, competitors. Maybe they'll get past it in the next tournament.
Nowadays, I keep getting duped with these Discord things.
Well, 50 competitors took on this brutal first stage, and only 2 of them cleared. Number 24, Corsico, and number 43, Norwegian. For these 2 competitors, they're going to have to give it their best shot on the new improved second stage for this snowy gauntlet.
Yeah, T12, I got revenge. Has 13 happened yet? I don't think 13 has
second
happened.
stage has been made different and modified for this tournament 11.
Oh no, not the
Cool.
crank
Including a modification to
dive.
super jump, making it a bit easier. A new obstacle comes in the hands of the crank dive, a brutal new second challenge. The candle thing has also been made
forgot
easier
where I
after being
got
very
to in
difficult in the
T12.
last tournament. Let's go down to our 2 competitors where they have 65 seconds to clear.
Kind of, is that less worried?
Yeah. Oh wait, no. I do know. I do know where I got.
I don't think I'm gonna beat this.
A bit nervous, I would say. I didn't think I would clear, but, you know, maybe I did think it. Maybe it's a subconscious thing. Because the truth is, I know I'm going to win. Because I am the greatest of all time.
W
Well, it
ego.
is time to begin
W
the second
ego.
stage. It's all or nothing. Make or break for these 2 competitors. And kicking things off is going to be the first competitor who cleared this
Wait, I
tournament.
think
This is gonna be
Galactic. I
number
think you
24,
told me how
Corsico.
to.
Only 2 challengers
not how to.
remain. Corey's
I think
gonna have to
you
give it his
told me
best
how this
shot.
one
He
ended.
knows that he can clear.
I'm not
He
100%
said he was a
sure.
bit nervous about the earlier challenges, but he thinks if he can get past the triple compressor, it's probably set in stone that he can clear. But first,
Oh wait,
he
no,
has to
I
get
do know
there.
how it
The
ends,
host
but I
of
want to see
Star
the
Challenge.
content, the editing
After
map.
failing stage 1 in the past 2 tournaments, he came out of nowhere to clear stage 1 this time.
Here we go.
Let's see how Corey can do. getting ready to begin. Corey Sneeko, 65
Look at
seconds.
that board.
He's off! Corey Sneeko on the super jump has been made a lot easier, and
Here
he
we go.
hits it, almost undershoots that platform there. And
Alright.
now he's going to be our first
Crank
look at
off the
crank
dive.
Alright, Corey.
Oh no, he's
Going
taking
through.
ages. He's taking ages.
Alright,
He's gonna
looking
lose his
good.
jump
Oh, he
boost.
misses there. Corey gonna have to climb up again, but he misses!
Oh,
Corey Sneeko is down!
I didn't know he failed like
on the
that.
crank dive. The crank dive eliminates the first challenger on stage 2. What happened there? Corey, you can see here, he barely made it through that super jump, actually. That was really close. But here on the crank dive, you can see he was climbing up, but he barely missed.
I didn't know he would
causing him to have
fail
to
like
climb
that.
again, which caused him to fail. Just undershooting there, came so close to making he just jumped a bit too early. And Corey Sneeko is out. Well, just like that, only one competitor remains
Here we go,
in
Noel.
this competition. And he's dealt
I
with
know
this
you're
stage before,
fumbling
just
crank
like Corey,
dive, but I want to
unlike
see
Corey,
how.
He's never cleared it, making a second straight appearance on the second stage in a row here. This is Norwegian, the rising star, the Roblox competitor, number 43. Nor, he was very nervous about this stage. He got to the candle cling last time. Let's see if he can get
Yeah,
some
it was
redemption
bad.
there. Norwegian, the last challenger standing. Nor, here we go, 65 seconds. He's off. This could be the final run. Norwegian, he makes it through. He's our last hope, the last hope for
Come on.
every challenger.
Don't
49 have
fumble.
fallen. It's all to him. He overshoots the third bar. The tournament's over.
How do you
Just
even?
like that, for the first time ever in Sasuke Craft history, the tournament will end on the second stage. You can see here, he had a lot better attempt on the super jump than Corey did, but he just barely overshoots that third bar.
No, that's. I don't know what to say, bro. Alright, we'll watch till the end and then I'll say my thoughts.
Crouch a bit too late.
We
and
got
that caused
2
Raptors momentum to
minutes,
slip
2
off
minutes.
The bar. Norwegian, it's done. The tournament's over. He's out. Just like that, it's Zenmetsu on the crank dive. No one will get past it this tournament. Well, just like that, the tournament's over. 50 challengers from all across the world came here to gather to do battle against this brutal 4-stage obstacle course. However, unfortunately, only 2 competitors could make it to the second stage, and none of them were able to beat it. If Corey and Nora were able to make it past the second stage, they would have to deal with some new challenges, including a new second obstacle in the form of the silk swing. 3 silks that they would have to jump across and then jump through rope. Then they would have had to do battle against a modified ultra-created cliffhanger and another new obstacle, the captain's wheel. But unfortunately, neither of them could make it to that third stage, as they both went down on the crank dive. I would like to thank all 50 competitors who ran this tournament. No matter the outcome, you guys really helped with this process. I am super sorry for this being so long. This has been an 8-month journey for this tournament. When I started building the course around November time, and to filming it in January, and I've been editing for around 3 months. I am so sorry this took so long. But hey, in the meantime, Sasuke Craft 12 is finished filming. So, that tournament should be out soon. I can't really say when, but I promise you, you don't want to miss it. Although the tournament wasn't the greatest, the course was probably a bit too hard, and that's my fault. However, Tournament 12 is a lot easier. No matter the outcome, I'd like to congratulate everyone if they did what they wanted to achieve or clearing the first stage. Congratulations to Corey Sneeko for getting first place, Norwegian for getting second place, and Jackus Boom for getting third place. The only 3 competitors to make it past the jumping spider. Only 7 competitors could make it to the jumping spider this tournament. So, I mean, the first 3 obstacles were very difficult. But once again, I'd just like to thank everybody who did run this
stage
tournament.
1 was a total
long journey, but I definitely
massacre.
think it was worth it. I really liked this tournament. It was very shocking. And I'll see you next time for the Tournament 12 of the Ultimate Survival
Full
Attack,
attack! Sasuke Craft! Goated, bro. I said that in an American accent, so. Alright. I'ma be real. I'ma type out my paragraph comment. This video is so sad. This video is actually like, it's depressing. I watched this already. Flow Ninja what? Alright. Yes, W tournament. Here are my the editing. Editing's gotta be a 9.5. I don't think it's a 10 out of 10. I think it's really good. It's really good. What should I results? Results, in my opinion, 5 out of 10. Results were depressing. I think that the way it ended, it was a really good tournament. But the way it ended was actually depressing. Like, the fails were so boring on stage 2. Both stage 2 fails were boring. But it was really good. What else do I base it off of? Commentary? Commentary 7. It is probably your best commentary yet. In my opinion, I can't type. It was I can't spell excellent. I'll just say amazing. Amazing tournament and a great watch on stream. It's a shame that both stage 2 fails were quite boring in my opinion. And that the tournament ended like that. Overall was 9.5 plus 5 plus 7 yes guys, I'm done, man. Divided by 3. 7 overall. Nah, we gotta round it to an 8. The overall, I think the tournament overall 8.5. Also, I quite fumbled. Lol. So wait, what's my... So T6 I fell 1.3. T7 I fell Rolling Hill, Silk Slider, Fishbone, Twin Triangle, 1.5. T8. T8 I fell 1.7. Yeah. T9 2.4. T10. What did I fail in T10? I failed 1.3. T11. 1.2. My results. Yeah, no, I feel like a yapsish. Yeah. It was a really great watch. It was amazing. It was just goated. And perfect timing, Christian's just invited me to a party. I am ending stream. I feel really good after that, yo. Galactic W tournament. And in my opinion, it's a top 3 Minecraft Ninja Warrior. I'm not sure which order, but in my opinion it goes, it's Britske, Sasuke, Craft, and I don't know, maybe Wizzy Warrior or Craftske. I don't know, but yeah. Thank you, Galactic, for letting me stream my reaction, and good night or good morning.